that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find. Test the waters, oh, it's hard. I think we're getting close. Racing through the waves, I want to be where nobody knows. Take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find. Electric, feel it in your hands. Hypnotic, watch our bodies dance. Happiness, this is where we stand.
Internet, hello and welcome to the second stream of the Get Wrecked Summer Splash. Today we are going into day one of Platinum Cap Get Wrecked Summer Splash. I'm Alex Agent A22, and this is Jack Lois Langhammer, and we are actually already in Champion Select for game number one between the Low Elo Rats and Bingo Squad 2.
Yes, we are, and the first band that's going to come out from I'm Heimel is going to be Hecarim.
Yeah,
We'll be taking
Hecarim,
that away.
just good jungler. No one wants to play against it. LeBlanc gonna be banned away. That's a targeted ban at Jobero. LeBlanc's not like top of the meta right now or anything like that, but it's still a really annoying champion to play against if the player's like really good at it.
Yeah, and I mean, as always, you know, you don't have to just ban the power picks. Like, if somebody's like, that's their most comfortable champion, then that's like a pretty strategic ban, yeah.
Galio, Galio is going to be removed from the table as well by the Low Elo Rats. Keeping in mind the Low Elo Rat
who like kind of has this weird, at least in my opinion, like it seems like his win rate's kind of low, but like he's also like known to be strong, you know?
Yeah, kind of been losing a little bit of priority in terms of like professional play, like how much they value the Galio because he's been nerfed so many times.
Yeah.
I think that Galio in general is still like, it's good for what it does. It has a lot of zone power. It gives you some AoE or global pressure.
Yeah.
Even in support, Morgana's going to be banned away as well. Mordekaiser was the ban away by the Bingo Squad 2. just
Makes sense. He's a strong pick right now.
Who wants to deal with
yeah,
that?
he got hotfix nerfed, but he's still pretty decent. We saw him get picked yesterday in one of the uncapped matches, but they picked a Vayne, and it seemed like it made it really hard to be Mordekaiser that game.
Yeah. So Lucian is going to be the final ban, and they'll pick up the Thresh early on for Ivory. First pick. In response, two
Bard
picks on the side of the
Coming
Bingo
out.
Squad. Two?
Being hovered anyway. What do you think of the Thresh Bard matchup? I feel like it wouldn't favor. Okay, so they're gonna go ahead and
okay.
lock in, and that makes sense.
Lock in
Kalista
the namesake champion.
yeah, the namesake champion for the AD carry coming out in their first game of the Summer Splash.
Okay. So I like it. I think Kalista, people have been like, let's try Kalista. Maybe she's not garbage anymore. I'm seeing some people have success with it. I've had success like playing with it. So, it might be something that's coming back. We'll see. Rek'Sai is also going to be locked in, just high tempo jungler. A lot of power in the early game. But maybe we'll see Sejuani picked up as the, or not counter, but in response
In
to
response, yeah. Yeah, another thing Rek'Sai is going for her is late game, even once she's not, like as impactful in a team fight. That seismic thing that she has, what's it called?
Oh, the Tremor Sense.
Tremor Sense. The Tremor Sense is actually pretty handy, just going around underground, helping you find people over walls or around objectives where you don't otherwise have any vision.
Yeah.
It can be pretty cool.
And
Pretty
yeah,
handy.
as the game goes on, like having just that little bit of extra power to know where people are, it can be very powerful.
Yeah, and it's also big for picks, which late game I think Rek'Sai's still pretty decent at that, given the mobility and some single target damage in CC, but like if team fights, which are way more common at that stage of the game, not as good.
So it looks like we might see Cho'Gath locked in before the second round of bans. We've seen Flex Ratboy playing that in the GRLCS regular season, and not too bad. It works out pretty well for them. So we're gonna
Rise gonna get banned away. Just had his 6th/7th rework.
I don't know how good Rise is. I haven't been exposed enough to the champion in his most recent incarnation. Fiora gonna be banned away. But I have to imagine like they see, oh, maybe somebody on Lowy Lorats has been playing a lot of Rise and doing pretty well. Maybe we just not deal with it.
I'm not going to lie. When I saw that Rise was getting reworked again, I didn't even like look at the specifics. I was just like, okay, another Rise rework. I just scrolled through and it was like all these changes. I scrolled through like, where's the good shit? Like, where are the Tom nerfs? But so I have no idea. I do not know what Rise currently does. I don't know how. I heard that the point click snares back, but that's about all I know.
I'm curious to see what support they'll lock in to go with this Kalista. You could go just, okay, Nautilus big boy.
in.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I was kind
very
of hoping
good
for
with
something
the,
a little bit spicier, but
Yeah.
Nautilus is just like very powerful.
Yeah.
I think Nautilus, in my opinion, I think the best support in the game right now is Lux, and then Nautilus is probably a close second.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I think Nautilus definitely goes super well with Kalista. I mean, being able to throw the Nautilus at them is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it also puts you in auto range. As
Yeah,
you
just
leave
like
it.
throw
So as soon
them,
as you
knock
hit
them up, auto them, they're
auto
rooted,
them,
press R,
exactly.
they're like dead by then, you know?
Yeah, no, you can just chain that, like, and then because you're on top of them, unless there happens to be some minions
You can
somehow
also
in the
Q
way. Yeah, you can like auto them, Q them, R them. Like you're just as soon as she throws you in, you're already set up to lock somebody up for like a solid 2+ seconds of knockups.
So the
which are
low
not
elo
reduced by
rats,
tenacity.
low elo rats pick up both of their solo laners in the last rotation. Cassiopeia in the mid lane and Darius in the top lane, and we'll see Karma. Oh baby, so is this Karma top or is this Nautilus top? I think it's Karma
Kind
top.
of thinking Karma top. We did see a lot of Karma top yesterday.
Yeah, from,
with a
Life
Cho'Gath
Destruction
mid and a
lane.
Nautilus support. It looks, that looks like it's what's what they're doing. Karma top is a pretty good, like ranged pick against a lot of things like Darius and Mordekaiser and stuff. You've got the root and the shield and the speed boost to
And
help
the
you
slow.
stay safe. Yeah, and the slow. And then on top of that, CC, you can make a lot of gold in the process by spamming Klepto stacks.
Yeah.
Darius might be like a little bit scarier for a Karma to deal with, because if he pulls her with like 3/4 health remaining, he can definitely get off a lot of damage before she can get away.
Like actually kite him out because of how massive the slow on the W is.
Yeah, and the delay on the root too. So like he has a giant slow, which can definitely go toe to toe with her speed boost and her slow. And then her root is delayed, which allows him to get off, a number of autos, maybe a Q. So at 3/4 health, that's when, unless she's built some armor, like that's where it's going to start to get a little bit scary if he does get the pull.
Yeah. I do like, I like I've been saying, I think Karma is a champion that should be coming back. Those buffs were really very good for what Karma wants to do, especially the buff to her E movement speed, another second of that increased
And that
movement
actually
speed
might
for
make a big
everybody.
difference with what we were just talking about. I haven't played.
And like even more so for kiting because the Q slow percentage was also increased this patch.
Yeah.
So it's just like
taking those into account, it might be a lot safer than even I was mentioning for her. Because when they're going for that slow war, like whose slows and speed boosts are better, hers might definitely overtake him with the help of those buffs.
Yeah, I'm like kind of afraid personally. I'm like, oh, don't make Karma Top like super oppressive and no fun.
Yeah.
Because then they'll nerf her, and then that'll be like an indirect nerf for support Karma, and I'll be like, well, there goes my future.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing you could do to nerf top Karma really without hurting the other
support
stuff
Karma.
is Klepto.
That's true. I think Klepto would be a nerf to a lot of champions that use Klepto, which to be fair,
And the other champions might be more balanced with it. I'm just like for her in particular.
Yeah, no, I get what you're
it
saying.
It seems like a part of. Like
I'm
she's
not
just
gonna lie.
like the abuser. She's the
Yeah.
abuse case, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. Whenever Runes Reforged was first coming out and they were making all these keystones, and I saw Kleptomancy, I was like, that looks annoying. I don't want to live in a world where that keystone exists.
Yeah, no.
Now it's like I don't care that.
And I'm kind of upset with Klepto though, because of Klepto, they kind of like gutted Gangplank.
There's like so many champions that can abuse it that they have to nerf because of
Exactly,
it, which is lame.
And so for Gangplank, right? Like it used to be like, oh well, you can spam your Q on the enemy, and that's like the only way you can trade.
Harass, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the only way you can trade is Gangplank. Or you can use it on minions when you last hit and get some bonus gold. So you're choosing between some bonus gold or actually trying to like be aggressive in the lane. And they had to they went back and forth on balancing him to a place where they finally got him where they wanted, and then Klepto comes out, and then they're like,
well, there's now one correct decision.
There's no correct decision. Because to balance it, they were like, okay, well now if he Qs an enemy champion, he gets gold, and if he Qs a minion, he gets gold. So the only thing we can do is drastically lower how much
he can Q
by making the mana cost huge and like nerfing like some of his like mana and stuff.
Yeah,
and so
I mean when Klepto comes out, they're like, there's now a correct decision in Gangplank. And then they're like, okay, now we're just going to kill Gangplank.
Yeah, and so the thing was, so they did that, and then the correct decision after that was to Q the opponent, right? But then they came back and changed Klepto again to make it, after you use an ability, your next two autos. To 2 autos, which is very hard for Gangplank, and then they didn't rebuff Gangplank like to compensate. So they made Klepto
the classics
and nerfed.
They call that the Sejuani.
The Sejuani, yeah. But so they had to nerf Gangplank because this new thing was going to be too good on him. But then they nerfed the thing. Well, depending on the champion you are, they nerfed. Maybe it was a buff if you can get off 2 autos, like with Karma. But then that just sort of left Gangplank. I kind of played it the other day, and I'm like, I could use my Q like 4 times. Like, back in the day, I could Q all day long. I did no damage for a huge chunk of the game, but I could Q all day long. Like, I basically had a ranged auto attack every 4 seconds. I felt like Kale. But no longer. Gangplank feels bad, man. I'm sure he's still workable. It just feels bad, man, compared to the Gangplank I once knew.
In any case, the point we're trying to make here is that Kleptomancy is a problem.
Yes,
I don't think it's like crazy overpowered or anything like that, but I personally don't like playing with or against Kleptomancy.
I also think it's just like almost just too niche or niche or however you want to say it.
Yeah, it's like you're
of
always
a
going to take it on these
keystone.
champions, and you're never going to take it on any other champion.
Exactly. And so with a lot of keystones, I feel like there's a lot of champions that could make use of it, right? I mean, any champion with CC can theoretically make use of Aftershock, and if you take it or not kind of depends on what you expect your playstyle to be that game. You know, like Silas and like Lysandra can take it, and it's good on them, but you don't have to. You have options. And there's
The
like, lots
reason
of
we're
champions.
talking about this random stuff is because we were sitting through a delay, and now we're sitting through a pause.
Yes.
We'll
No,
get
okay.
back to the game when stuff is actually happening.
Of
I promise.
course. No, you know, with GRLCS, we usually just like load right into the game, and then we're just like, all right, like introduce the teams, let's get going.
Out of all the keystones, you think Klepto's a problem, not Glacial or Conqueror? I think that Conqueror is a problem with balance, not with design.
Yes,
I
no,
think
that's what we're
Conqueror.
talking about.
I think Conqueror is a really cool idea for a keystone, but the numbers on it are too high.
Yes.
To
It's a
so
lot of
it's
healing.
so it feels real bad to play against. I agree.
Yeah, but we think that Klepto is more of a problem in terms of like game design. Like they have to nerf certain champions with it because it is such a niche.
I personally
thing in the
don't
beginning.
think. I personally don't have an issue with Glacial Augment myself. I have an issue with Conqueror for balance reasons, and I have an issue with Klepto for design reasons. So it's like separate things.
Oh yeah, I didn't mention Glacial either. I don't personally have a problem with Glacial. Not to say that it's, you know, maybe not a problem. I don't know. I'm not Riot looking at all the stats and whatnot, but in my games I haven't noticed too much of an issue at
Yeah.
least. But no, I do think
I
Conqueror
think
numbers wise.
I think Glacial's actually really cool because
Yeah.
there's times where I'm playing with it and I'm like, this doesn't feel bad, and then I see like every so often I see clutch moments that Glacial Augment is like super clutch, and they're like, oh my god, he can't get away, he's just autoing forever.
Oh man. But yeah. So the game is still paused.
Yes,
Hopefully these things get sorted.
somebody is having technical issues on their end. I think it's a every once in a while, for whatever reason, and I don't know what prompts this because it's happened to me before. I know the solution, which is you just have to close your. Well, you know how you get the taskbar stuck underneath
Yes.
your League of Legends game, and the way that I've found to get rid of it is to just like task manager, destroy Windows Explorer, and restart it up, and it'll be gone. We're back in the game, so it's good.
Nice. All right. So getting into it, we'll go ahead and like introduce the teams. Right over on the blue side, we've got the low elo rats. I'm Heimel in the top lane on Darius, Mehuli in the jungle on Sejuani, Jobero in the mid lane on Cassiopeia, and OSU Alarm and Ivory in the bot lane on Kaisa and Thresh.
All right, and on the red side, we have Bingo Squad 2 with Segundo in the top lane on Karma, Worst Lock NA in the jungle on Rek'Sai, Flex Ratboy in the mid lane on Cho'Gath, and in the bottom lane, Krista and Let's Have Fun on Callista and Nautilus.
Nice. A lot of returning faces here. We've seen a lot of these people in various
Rupture him.
JRLCS
Rupture him.
splits in the past and recently, in primarily gold, but also a little bit of plat. So nice to see some of the teams kind of mixing up for this tournament for some Summer Splash fun. Both teams a pretty even spread, although they didn't cover the very topmost entrance. Which, if they did go for an invade, like that's like a solid.
Just like
route.
run behind the Darius.
just
You're like,
jump up.
uh-oh.
Well, I mean, that's what you do. You'd either be sitting on the blue buff, which the Darius just walked by and would have died for, or you would have just come back out the other way hoping to get behind somebody. But there wasn't an invade, at least, so that's good. Never punished for not guarding all the jungle.
Never punished. My favorite phrase now. It's like, oh, I messed up. They didn't punish me. Never punished.
All right, looks like Sejuani is going to be starting with the red buff, and Rek'Sai is going to be starting with his or her red buff as well.
Yeah. Oh man,
Oh,
the
they're gonna
cheese!
go with the
OSU Alarm are gonna face check into two members of the bottom lane of Bingo Squad. He flashes away. Flash Ren from Karista, and the Ignite from Let's Have Fun will secure the first blood. Now Ivory's in trouble. He's got no sums, and he's gonna be dealing with a big boy Ren from Karista. No, he doesn't have it.
didn't
Oh,
have
it didn't
it.
reset. It didn't reset. It didn't reset because he didn't kill him.
He didn't kill him with the.
Oh, that's
Oh,
such a
no.
tragedy for Bingo Squad 2. They get first blood. It goes to Let's Have Fun, and they burn both flashes, the ignite from Ivory, and Ivory now has to recall as well.
All right, the only summoner up on either side is heal. I'm actually a little surprised Alarm didn't use it, maybe, but I guess it might have.
Yeah,
been
I mean, he was ignited. He was
No, I
gonna
know,
die.
yeah. I was gonna say, I guess it would have been dying probably anyway, but surprised it didn't at least come out, even in just panic. It's like, I'm dying, heal, flash, all of the buttons, save
And
me,
look,
Thresh.
that's the power of that early game keystone, the hail of or not early game keystone, but the early hail of blades, just like boo, 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 a bunch of auto attacks early on. They can't really deal with it because it takes so long for press the attack to actually become active.
Yeah, and Nautilus, being the cool champion he is, has 2 CC things at level 1. His passive and the ability of his choosing.
Yeah. Well, his W is not CC.
That's
right?
true, but I don't think he took it, right?
No,
looked
he
like
didn't. He took one of the other ones.
But yeah, so Nautilus, cool champ, 2 CC abilities potential anyway. At the
I mean,
level 1.
Braum also has 2 CC at
That's
level 1.
true.
Oh, whoa, worst luck in A coming in for a gank on Joe Barrow. He doesn't get the knockup from that on Burrow.
Jobero threw down the Q, which gives him a speed boost, I believe.
Yeah.
And that got him just out of range.
Teensy weensy movements.
Yeah, and then got him just out of range of getting hit by the Rek'Sai knockup. But I don't know if they wanted that fight anyway. It looked like Mehuli was coming down, and Worstlock did not have a ton of HP going in.
They didn't know that Mehuli was there as he was coming in, I don't think.
No, they didn't. But I'm saying, like, that could have been bad. Yeah. Like, I don't know if they would have won that fight had it happened.
Right, so Worst Luck NA picks up the bottom side Scuttle Crab for the side of the Bingo Squad 2. And here he comes for the return gang. Joe Barrow still has both of his summoners available. He's going to get the Unburrow off, and Joe Barrow is going to go down, not even burning his flash. Segundo now getting ganked up by Mehuli. Heimo does get the Decimate off, and Segundo is going to get stunned here. 1E, and that's going to be the kill. Mehuli picks up one back for the Loilo Rats.
All right, so yeah, he's been trying to like play aggressive, and he's trying to get those tip of the range pulls, but Segundo's been doing a good job of staying out of range. But Segundo there does not do a good job of respecting the jungler, having a ward down maybe to see him. He's a little bit too far up, and Mehuli's gonna get him for it.
Yeah, and I think you have to be suspicious when the Darius starts walking behind you. You're like, huh, what's going on?
He's running at you, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna move to the side a little bit. That's gonna help me win this trade. But then he just keeps walking, and you go, oh shit, like the jungler's coming.
Kartista and Let's Have Fun actually zone Ivory off here, and now he's gonna land the dredge line, roots him in place. There's gonna be a little bit more damage to the Death Sentence onto Kartista just to keep him away from the AD carry.
Yeah, they see that they zone Ivory away from coming back to lane safely there, and when he goes all the way around on that Thresh, they're like, oh, OSU Alarm's gonna be a little bit isolated for a moment, and Let's Have Fun takes that opportunity.
Yeah, as in the bottom lane, you and the AD and the support, they have to toe the line. They have to be at the same distance from the enemy champions as each other. Otherwise, they're just gonna start focusing one of them. Now, Heimel is gonna yoink Segundo in with the apprehend.
Solid trade.
Take a
Solid
good
trade.
trade back onto him with the heal.
Yeah, Segundo's either going to need to just like farm with the Q at a distance, or build a little bit of armor so those trades don't go, so poorly in his favor.
All right, it is about 1,000 gold in favor of the Bingo Squad 2. Kartista having a fairly sizable lead compared to OSU Alarm thanks to that first assist as well as a CS discrepancy. Aside from that, however, most of the map is pretty even.
Yeah, we've got like the 1k gold lead over there for Bingo Squad 2, but things have been pretty calm for the most part. We've seen a gank or two, but aside from that, nothing too extreme, no solo kills quite yet.
Ratboy has hit his level 6 before Joe Barrow, but being kited out by this Cassiopeia with how much movement speed she gets from the landing the Q, it's just such a pain for Cho'Gath to really do anything. Because you have to land this really telegraphed ability within the form of the Rupture to do any meaningful damage. Because yeah, you can silence him, but that's not going to help you run up and
Yeah, and that's like kind of like, why you see Cho'Gath pop more
Kartista
often.
face checks, or not face checks, but walks into a big chunk of damage from OSU Alarm. Flash apprehend from Heimel. He's going for the 1v1 as he does have his level 6, but he's going to get rooted in place, so that was a little bit of a waste of that summoner spell.
maybe
I think he was
he thought-
expecting to do a little bit more damage than he did.
Yeah, he was either expecting to do more damage or was maybe expecting for that to pull into tower range so he could get like a turret shot or two off, but now he's pretty low.
Yeah, do have to still respect the Noxian Guillotine, but Segundo is looking pretty healthy. He's got his flash. He's got a lot of ability to kite out that Darius. All he has to do is not get pulled.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think you see Cho'Gath. I mean, most people would probably have the same analysis, but I think you mostly see Cho'Gath top lane, pretty much just because melee matchups you can spam your E and get both damage and pushing the wave and last hitting,
Yeah.
like all in one for a pretty cheap ability that doesn't have a very long cooldown.
Mehuli shows his face in the mid lane. Worst Luck NA is ahead of him in terms of jungle farm. He's got about 3 camps worth ahead. And now here he goes. The Rupture lands, and Worst Luck NA. The silence does not allow him to flash. He's gonna go for the Petrifying Gaze, but it doesn't matter as the Void Rush comes through.
All right, Rat Boy there, flash ults, and I guess maybe there was just like that tiny bit of regeneration or healing or something because Cassiopeia does not quite get executed, survives with just a little bit of health, but Rek'Sai's gonna finish that off.
Yeah. Really nicely done by Rat Boy and Worst Luck NA. The Rupture lands, which keeps him in place. Then the silence means that he can't flash away from the coming Rek'Sai. And then they just sort of use all their abilities and kill him. Really nice gank from Worst Luck NA
nice use
and
of
good
the
setup by
silence.
Rat Boy.
Yeah, I think probably one of the biggest differences between a good and bad Cho'Gath isn't even like the ability to hit the Rupture, it's the how well of a time do you choose to use your silence, and like how many people do you hit with it, and just try to be as effective as possible with it, because it's like really powerful, like surprisingly powerful to be able to silence people in a game that has almost entirely removed silences.
Yeah, how many silences are there left? There's Garen, there's Cho'Gath, there's Soraka.
Soraka's a, like,
Remove
zone of
Soraka from the
silence.
game though.
She has a zone of silence. Yeah. Oh, and I hate that zone. And I hate that it's like, instant. like with Garrett, he like does a whole animation and runs at you with this big sword swing and stuff. But with Soraka, it's just like boom, like it just appears as she like sticks out her hand. It always feels bad, man.
Oh, Malzahar does have a silence.
Oh, on his Q. See, okay, so Soraka has like probably the most accessible of all of these. 2 of them require like a little bit of wind up.
Well, I mean,
and-
Cho'Gath is actually pretty easy to land.
Well, that's like a short range cone, but like hers is kind of like a just keep running, like she doesn't have to stand there like. Bruh.
Yeah, I think that's why that's why Cho'Gath feels so out of date, is because all of his abilities require him to like stop moving. Like, oh, here we go, Glacial Prison. Good flash away from Karista will mean that he dodges the Death Sentence and the Glacial Prison, but now Let's Have Fun has taken a lot of damage. He's gonna get slowed up here, but the Dredge pulls him into tower, and he gets pulled back by Karista. There's the knockup, and now Karista wants to go deep. Mehuli flashes away to safety. The box goes down just to stop them from chasing. Segundo has to run away as the Noxian Guillotine, or Noxian Rage is fully stacked.
But yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's why like you'll be chasing someone and you're like, well, I really want to do W damage, but I will have to stand still for like a solid 0.75 seconds to do it. Like, brrr. Oh lord, Cho'Gath.
That was a lot burned in the bottom lane by Bingo Squad 2, but they successfully evade the gank without losing any lives.
Yeah, I mean Mehuli flashed during that.
Yeah, he flashed defensively.
Yeah.
He
During
was
that
afraid of the tower and the
away.
Ren damage coming out from Karista.
When Let's Have Fun turns
Worst
back
Luck
on-
NA. He's gonna find Joe Barrow. The knockup comes through. The Rupture's gonna be chained in. The Petrifying Gaze comes down, but Joe Barrow is just getting eaten alive. There's the Vorpal Scream from Rat Boy to pick up the kill.
And it looks like Rek'Sai's ultimate there got reset because Rat Boy picked up the kill before the full dash came out.
Yeah, before the flying part.
Yes.
Worst Luck NA now 2 levels up over Mehuli, and they're looking for the dive, flash knockup, and the silence and the ignite. Everything goes down, and it's gonna be an easy kill. He's alive. He's safe. He's fine.
I couldn't be sure whether he had the ultimate there or not, but I would have used it just to drop turret aggro at the very end there,
Yeah.
and for sure pick up the kill because it's like entirely impossible to like dodge it at this point
Yeah.
after the most recent Rek'Sai changes.
Yeah. You have to clear like how many units in order to actually dodge that ability?
I think I heard it was 2,000 maybe. I don't really know how you could clear that much distance in the
I think the way that you could, I'm pretty sure like the only way I can think of is like that you're fighting the Rek'Sai at close range and then you nocturnal somebody else.
Just go fly.
Oh, hold on. They're going to go aggressive onto Kalista. Ivory is here. A teleport coming from behind. That charge goes down, but Ivory might pay for it with his life, but he cannot get the Renda. Kalista is going to go down. OSU Alarm picks up the kill. Now they're going to try and chase down. Let's have fun. They do have the Glacial Prison. It's not going to get the stun. He's going to dredge line back away, far away from the enemy. And the low Elo Rats with 5 members now here as Jobero joins the party.
I think there was a little bit of split focus. I think they could have definitely had both targets there, but they spent too many people onto Karasuda, and it was quite overkill. Darius looked like he was going to get that just fine. Perhaps Mehuli could have... doing a lot of damage already. Perhaps Mehuli could have chased down the...
Worst Luck NA wants to get in there and potentially steal this one away, but he's not going to get the chance. They dropped the control ward because Worst Luck NA can't see. Let's have fun. He's going to root him up. There's the Miasma coming down, but it's just not enough to save Mehuli. They pick him up. It goes over to Let's Have Fun. Not ideal for the side of Bingo Squad 2, but they do successfully make it out alive with the Cloud Drake.
All right, now they need to get back to mid to defend this tower if they continue to push it. It looks like they are. Yep, here they come onto the tower. Jobero's here. Probably needs to be careful. These members of the enemy team could definitely kill him from a
Depth
range.
charge is not available, but if a stray dredge line or a stray rupture lands, but Karista has been left alone in the 1v2. Karista, he's gonna dodge away from the blade, dodge away from the death sentence. He's doing as much damage as he can to OSU Alarm, but he gets the big shield and he gets slapped by Ivory.
Yeah, unfortunately for
Wow, that's a lot of
there.
damage.
Unfortunately for Karasuda there, despite all the dashes from the autos coming out to help him get away from all of the Thresh abilities, he still had to use all of his damage onto Thresh. Meanwhile, OSU Alarm's just like throwing out all of those Kai'Sa autos, stacking the passive.
And it's really hard. A few patches back, they changed a lot of Kalista damage, took a lot of her power away. Without her soulborn, what is it called? Soulbound. Away from her when
like
she doesn't have her
passive?
soulbound.
Oh, when she's not near
With her partner.
Yes. Okay.
And you do lose a lot of damage when you don't have that extra W passive damage from your support autoing the same person as you. Oathsworn. Lame. Oh man, where's Luck NA? He's gonna come in. The flash has already been used by Heimel. There's the Void Rush, and Heimel's gonna go down again, but Worst Luck NA picked up tower aggro, and he's gonna get shut down. 600 gold over to the Darius.
Yeah, that ultimate dash putting Rek'Sai
But now
at the
Flextrap Boy's in trouble. The Petrifying Gaze has been used, and he successfully was able to evade the stun. Flashes away. Jobero gonna try and chase him down as Mehuli comes around from the other side. Rupture gonna land. Is he gonna be able to get the face? Rat Boy turns it around for a 1-for-1.
Gets a little bit too close there, and in melee range, AP Cho'Gath does a lot of burst damage. You got to be a little more careful than that. Mehuli was there, you were probably going to get the kill. You just need to make sure that you don't go out in some sort of final blaze of glory on Cho'Gath's part.
Yeah.
And there goes the turret in the top lane.
It's a lot of times when you're chasing a champion, you're like just sort of, I'm gonna kill this guy, and you forget he actually does have abilities. You just need 1 HP to actually use all your abilities. So
yeah, he runs up, he throws down the QW ult and just explodes Jobero there with the help of Ignite as well. Whew,
the worst part of playing against Nidalee or old Nidalee is like you're trying to chase her down, and she's just like, oh yeah, there's a dredge line, the death charge. He's gonna deny the dark passage. Mehuli's down. Karista rends him down. Segundo teleported for good measure, and they're gonna try and push down this bottom tier 1.
All right, nice pickup there. Nice crowding onto the Thresh Lantern, preventing the.
Flash dredge line. They're gonna pull in Ivory. He throws down the box, but it's not gonna save his life here. Karista gets another one.
Jobero and Ratboy here in the mid lane. He really needs to juke away from that Rupture. At this point, one Rupture could mean death with the help of that ultimate.
Yeah, that feast does so much damage.
Oh yeah, oh it's so big even when you're just like a tank, and then when you're AP it's even larger.
Is that true? I don't know, because it does a health
ratio,
scaling.
but it also has an AP ratio.
Yeah,
I
know.
It gets bigger with the.
Do you think the AP is more? Like even when you stone plate?
Yes. Oh well, when you stone plate, I guess I'm not sure, but didn't they like nerf that interaction maybe?
They did. They did nerf that interaction.
like forever ago because people were doing exactly that. They'd just build like full tank Cho'Gath, press stone plate, and then R someone for like 60-something% of their health. But then they came back.
Oh,
and,
hold on, as Apprehend comes in, Segundo gonna try and shield himself up. Descent's gonna be flashed away from by Segundo.
But then they came back and changed what kind of
They're
health.
just trying to force this tower down with that, the Demolish proc. They're gonna get the root off. He's gonna Dark Passage out Heimel,
Wait.
but he runs past it. Now Segundo potentially
Going
looking for the chase. Okay.
Forgot about the lantern.
That's the most annoying thing as a Thresh player.
You're
You're
like-
like, I could save him.
You're like, I'm a top laner. I don't play with Thresh except for like 4 times a game. He sits all the way on the other end of the map for me.
I have
Gotta
this
clear out some
theory. I
vision.
have this theory about League of Legends players. It's like, if you, at any point, successfully are a top lane main, you can't actually play any other position. Like, you could be an AD carry player and then swap to top lane and enjoy top lane for a long time, and then you'll never be able to play AD carry ever again.
It's a whole different world.
It is. It feels like it. Like any other position, if you really tried, you could. That was close.
Almost got the steal. It's gonna get
Yeah, because
feasted.
the rend
No,
didn't
not-
come
it
through.
was not a feast.
Yeah, it wasn't a feast. They didn't feast it, they didn't rend it, and they did not smite it. So, good guy Mehuli trying to prevent his mid laner from getting killed there.
Jobera's pretty low on mana right now. Couldn't take a fight if he wanted to. Maybe just an R. But then you've got not a lot of gas left in the tank after that.
Oh, Rupture gonna connect onto Ivory, and now he's silenced. He can't go anywhere.
They've just been getting so many good picks, and they have a lot of pick potential between Rupture and Nautilus Q and Callista ult, the speed boost from Karma, and, you know, of course Rek'Sai, who we mentioned before, as being at least one thing that Rek'Sai is good at later in the game is helping with picks.
And I mean, as when you're as ahead as Worstlock NA is right now, you can kind of just do whatever you want
Yeah.
at Rek'Sai.
Yeah. 5-1 and 4 up 14 CS right now. Looking pretty good at the moment. It looks like they're going to pick up this Rift Herald before these bombs.
Yep, nicely done. They, you know, Bingo Squad 2, they're kind of just getting everything they want right now. They see a champion they want to kill, they kill the champion. They get the towers, they got the Rift Herald, they got one of the dragons. That sense is, almost interrupted the Rift Herald. But he didn't have the range.
Yeah, he was a little too scared to walk just a bit farther.
And that's fair.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is fair. Which is fair. All right,
Okay.
they're going to clear that away after it picks up the tower. Gonna keep trying to get some vision. Several members of Bingo Squad 2 have backed off.
Okay. Well, we've got 20 seconds before the Baron spawns. Everyone on Bingo Squad 2 just goes back, spends some of that hard-earned gold. Black Cleaver's finished for Worstlock NA. He's level 11. He's got that level 2 Void Rush.
Whew, gonna be doing a lot of damage. If you're like really ahead as Rek'Sai, you can function in team fights as an assassin. Only if you're super ahead though, which at the moment Worstlock NA is.
Yeah, I think Rek'Sai is a really, really cool champion.
Segundo gonna find
Ivory gonna
Ivory.
find Segundo, but it's not an AP Karma. He's not gonna face check into that, and he'll just get some Klepto procs. A Klepto.
No, I agree. Rek'Sai is a badass champion. She is awesome. I have a Rek'Sai poster in my room. Not like a weird thing, but just like a champion.
I don't have a Rek'Sai poster, but if I did, it would be a weird thing. Right?
Alright, Joe Barrow got blue buff, gonna be clearing away some minions here in the mid lane. We've got a lane swap kind of going on now. Like you mentioned earlier, you know, Callista and the support really need to stay together for Callista to realize maximum potential ever since those changes.
Let's see. Blade of the Rune King into the Runon's Hurricane is the option for Callista here. You know, the old classic Callista build before we stopped seeing that champion.
Yeah, which is a shame. You know, talking about cool champions, I think Callista's pretty cool as well. I've liked the even if like from a game like design standpoint, you know, I'm not sure how I feel sometimes, but like the idea of like the autos and the small dashes as you like auto around is kind of like an alternative to standard orb walking, you know, is pretty cool. And I like kind of her whole like stack and rend vibe, you know, and like the little like things she can throw out.
They're really trying to catch Segundo here on the overextension, but not going to be having any of it. Now the rest of Bingo Squad 2 is on their way down to this bottom lane. Baron is live, and they need to be careful about committing too many people into this bottom side of the map.
They should just go back to Callista and give her Mord's old passive thing with like you could steal dragons like and resurrect them. Mostly just because I really thought that was cool. Also not really from a game design standpoint.
This is actually kind of scary for Bingo Squad 2. Yes, they're ahead right now, but they have all of their vision is concentrated bottom side.
Oh, for sure.
And there's a lot of vision available in the top side.
All of their tunnels are bot side too, and they're kind of slouching on the Baron vision at the moment.
I would potentially be concerned for Bingo Squad 2 if Loey Lorets decide they want to try and sneak that Baron away while they're spending all their time bottom lane, because look, a lot of their champions have been bottom lane for a long time now. They want this Infernal Drake. Oh, that's a two-man rupture! Ivory's gonna pop the stopwatch. Here's a teleport coming in for Segundo. Jobero, Petrifying Gaze is gonna get him out of there. The depth charge, they Void Rush in onto him. He gets the Summoner Heal. There's Worst Luck NA going with a stopwatch. They Dark Passage out Jobero, and now here comes Mehuli. He's trying to get out of there. Karista looking for the last bit of damage. He gets the rend up. There's the killing sprint, but they depths and pull him in. Wham! In a tower. Shutdown goes over to OSU Alarm. Jobero will pay for it with his life. Segundo is tanking, but he doesn't do enough damage. It's a 3-4-1 in favor of Bingo Squad 2.
Whew, and that fight, there was a moment there where I thought it might go either way. Heimel flashed over the wall into that fight, and it looked like he maybe could get off some healing and start doing some resets, but he did get CC'd. Enemy champions walked close enough to where he didn't get a lot of the heal off, or a lot of the Q damage off. If he goes down
what an absolute
being able to kill anybody, looks like they're gonna get this Infernal Drake for it.
Absolute tragedy for Karista there, where he didn't actually do enough damage to finish that one guy up. And then the Miasma comes down, he's like, well, I guess I'm dead.
Yeah, he was throwing the autos and he almost looked surprised. He was throwing the autos, he was like, why am I not moving?
But at the end of the day, they do get, you know, the one team fight, and then they got the Infernal Drake, which is what they were after in the first place.
A number of those little raptors just got stolen by Segundo, and it looks like he's not done yet. He's gonna try to steal away the big one, but it's gonna go to Mehuli.
All right. Worslock NA got in onto Jobero, even after he flashed away, but then he had to stopwatch, and they were able to Dark Passage out Jobero. Just trying to shove that wave out. He's got his Runon's Hurricane finished off.
Let's have fun trying to get.
Worslock NA going in on Jobero. He doesn't get the Unburrow. The Petrifying Gaze into the Death Sense. Worslock NA is shut down. Now OSU Alarm going to chase onto Karista. He does have the Killer Instinct if he wants to go deep for this one. The Glacial Prison goes down. The Death Sense will follow. They're going to get a Rupture up onto one, but it's just the tank. And they will lose Let's Have Fun as well.
Worslock NA is trying to go in and get some sort of assassination onto Jobero, but he doesn't land the Unburrow. He immediately gets stunned by the Cassiopeia ult and then just gets melted down.
No minions there. Loey Lorets need to be careful because a Rupture under tower onto that many players would have been a problem.
Yeah, so it gets a little bit over aggressive there and he's going to pay the price for it. Let's Have Fun was trying to assist, but the rest of the team just wasn't in a position to, so he's going to go down as well.
You got to be careful about going farther than your team can go.
Even if you're like super ahead, when you're a champion, you're like a Rek'Sai or a Quinn or something, and you're like, let's go in, and you're like, wow, you've covered a lot.
Oh, Death Sense connects, and Heimel's right there. They're gonna apprehend him in. The Rupture does not connect on anybody. Segundo flashes away, and roots Heimel in place. The Mantra Q comes out, and the Miasma will dissuade any potential chase. The problem there is that Rek'Sai is the only champion on their team that can clear walls.
Oh yeah. No, they don't have a. They were in like a very specific little spot where everyone was gonna have to walk all the way around that wall to get there, which is what Let's Have Fun was trying to do, but the rest of the team just couldn't get there fast enough. But yeah, you have someone that covers like, you know, several thousand units or maybe 2 walls, like a Kayn like running across, like, guys, we can get him, just run through the jungle. And
that's like the old,
wait a minute.
The olden days when you have Jarvan Orianna and he's like, EQ, flash ult, and the Ori's like, the ball popped back to me, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
You just covered a lot of units, and my thing only stakes around for like 1,400. Like, you've just covered 2,000. But yeah.
Mehuli looking for it. The Glacial Prison gonna be eaten by Let's Have Fun. He's gonna try and tank for his team. He gets Fates called back to safety after eating the death sentence.
It's kind of like the similar to the Tom situation, you know? It's like, do you focus the Tom or do you focus the other person? But whoever you focus, they like might have some way to like pull the other person out. Like, can we get Callista? No, because Nautilus is gonna CC us. Can we get Nautilus? No. Callista will ult him back.
All right, Segundo is trying to apply some pressure into the bottom side of the map, while the rest of his team makes sure that the Baron is not an option for the low elo rats. He doesn't have teleport, so it will be a 4v5 if that fight were to break out. They're gonna send Heimel back just to deal with him.
They're still doing such a good job of clearing these minions away from mid lane without the enemy team being able to put much damage on it at all. I think if they want to try to take some of these objectives, they only have the one tower so far. Low elo rats is gonna need to try for this Baron or something. Ivory's alone
That
here.
sentence, he's gonna flay back Worst Luck NA, but it's not gonna be anything, not enough people ready to follow up on that one.
Clear the tunnel. Do it. Nope.
Yeah, it's actually, it is really important to clear out those tunnels because he can use those and then use the E
Yeah,
to
after.
clear more distance. So, it's
Maybe
also
they're
5
leaving it-
gold.
maybe
It's 5 gold.
Yeah, maybe it's just a bait. Maybe they're like, maybe Worst Lock A will just like cover thousands of units again, leave his team behind, and we can kill him before they get here. It's next level. It's big brain.
All right, so low elo rats are going to finally get this outer mid-tier tower. To close the gold lead down to only 4,000. But as the game goes on, 4,000 gold lead becomes less and less.
Yeah. No, your champion, right? Like only needs so many items to kind of hit that. Like I can now do what I want to do. More stuff just makes me a little bit better at it.
Yeah.
And once everybody has that core stuff, they can be pretty helpful once they have those items. It's like if you're like really behind on like Fiora, but once you finish 2 damage items, you do it
Ooh!
anyway. Ooh, burn some flash.
Dredgeline is gonna burn the flash away from Ivory, so no flash death sentence plays for the next 5 minutes. Rupture is gonna connect onto Mehuli, but it's the tank. They're not gonna try and focus him down. Death sentence will connect onto Worstlock NA. They'll throw out the Void Seeker, connects onto Karista. They've got all 5 members of both teams here. Mehuli needs to realize he's standing on a ward because he's gotten hit by a Rupture twice in that same area.
Mehuli's been poked quite a bit.
Yeah, he also doesn't have the Arctic armor, so no bonus, but they've separated Ratboy from the team.
Mehuli's now
Rupture
down
gonna
to
zone
like
them
half
back.
health.
The Miasma is going to be thrown out, and that will mean that Bingo Squad can continue focusing down the dragon. The Rupture comes out. Ivory's trying to juke around as best he can, looking for a distance. Dredgeline going to pull him in, but he gets out there. Death Charge onto OSU Alarmist. He has to back away. Mehuli in the back line is going to get knocked out by the Fates Call. Segundo trying to go deep. Mehuli is being ignored. They're throwing down the Miasma, and they're going to focus down the tank as Mehuli will fall over. Bingo Squad 2 take a 1-for-0 and will turn back onto the Mountain Drake.
I think with a little bit better team fight focus.
Flash
there.
Dredgeline gonna connect onto OSU Alarm. Miasma comes out. They're gonna Death Sense and they're gonna focus down. Let's have fun. The rest of the team not able to follow up on that Dredgeline.
What were we saying about covering 2,000 units when your team is behind you and can't keep up? But yeah, I think with like a little bit better team fight focus there, we could have seen a lot more damage coming out of Bingo Squad 2. That fight, when I was watching it, looked like Nautilus not gonna hit a lot of people. It looked like they could have killed a lot more people than they did. It looked like Worstlock NA ulted the wrong target, maybe. There was like a pretty low health Thresh, and I think he ulted like a mid health Darius. And as soon as coming out of that ult, had to flash and run away. So I think with like a little bit better organization in that fight, they could have really done something decisive there. But they end up only getting the 1 kill for it, and then end up trading it back as Let's Have Fun, flash Qs a little too deep.
Yeah, and like, that's sort of a thing with like these hook champions like Thresh and the Nautilus. You see the AD carry, and you're like, get him! I mean, I'm guilty. I've done that. I've been like, oh,
No, of
I got
course.
that guy. I got him. Let's get him. My team can't follow. I'm dead.
It's a nice thing about like Bard, right? If you go in, your team can follow you. You just like take the tunnel like through a deep amount or through a large amount of terrain, and your team's like, okay, we're hopping along for the ride. It's so nice that your team gets like the speed boost that the enemy team doesn't get, right? So if someone chases you directly,
Yeah.
like it starts to like create some gap.
All right. So, it's been 3 towers for the side of Bingo Squad 2 for quite a while now. You know, in spite of them winning these fights, they really haven't made any progression towards the enemy nexus. They really
No,
just
they have not. They've really only picked up dragons, honestly. Like nobody's really even gone for Baron yet this game, nor have either team really positioned a lot around it for a lot of this game, or tried to bait it or anything.
Kalista coming forward needs to be careful about Mehuli. With that Glacial Prison, could have turned around. There was a little bit of a split there for Bingo Squad 2 earlier that I think they might have been able to capitalize on the side of the low elo rats, but never punished. All right, here we go. Mehuli looking for something here. Destin's not going to connect. Ratboy off to the side looking for a rupture. Doesn't find any targets with it. The Mantra Q goes out. The dredge line is going to connect. That's on Joe Barrow. Depth charge in. Worstlock NA's on it. Joe Barrow throws on the Petrifying Gaze, but he doesn't get anything done as Worstlock NA is going to assassinate him with the Void Rush. Now, there's the Fate's Call. Rupture going to connect onto somebody. They get the focus onto I'm Heimel. They're going to focus down Mehuli as well. Mehuli is finally going to fall. They lose nothing. They're just the GA from Worstlock NA.
That was much better team fight focus there, and I think that's how that fight earlier, similar to how that fight earlier could have gone, honestly. But they split their focus too much and didn't target the right targets and kind of got caught up in the team fight. And I don't think played it super well. But that one definitely played a lot better. And you can get Baron for it.
Yeah. 3 kills plus the Baron go over to the side of Bingo Squad 2. Now, we'll see if they can actually break the second ring of towers. Bloodthirster is the third item for Kalista, so a lot of lifesteal coming out.
All right, they've got Baron. They're backing. They're spending their gold. Let's take a look at the gold discrepancies at the moment.
It's not, like, crazy huge in anywhere except for jungle.
Yeah, no, jungle is for sure the biggest difference right now. There are small gold leads of like roughly like 1,000 for several members, but there's a huge gold lead between Worstlock and A.
Oh, that dredge line actually did connect. Pulls him in there. No, the little tone from the computer came because we were trying to change the display to the gold display without being in the client. The game.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, when you leave the cursor up, like and the camera pans around, your cursor like sometimes
Mouses over units.
Mouses over units, and it like gives you like a description. And so we have to pull it off.
Minions give you gold if you kill them when they're about to die.
Yeah, especially like all the plants, like blast cones and stuff. If you hover it, it gives you so much information.
All right, so that tower in the mid lane does finally fall in favor of Bingo Squad 2. The Rupture not going to find a target. Heimel just trying desperately to deal with Segundo, but he's got that Iceborne Gauntlet, and he will be hammering away at that tower, just slowly but surely getting it down.
Yeah, I'm Heimel having a hard time.
Oh, there's the Apprehend coming in. Segundo does have tower aggro, but he's going to get a huge heal from that Mantra W onto Darius.
This Karma has Iceborne Gauntlet and Ninja Tabi for magic resistant, for armor.
Oh, Dredge Line going to connect onto Ivory. They've not got the Death Sentence available. It's already been used. They're just going to continue to harass them away from the tower as the Baron empowered minions push in. They're going to get that one in the top lane with the help of Segundo.
But yeah, so has these 2 armor items for resistances to Darius's damage, and then on top of that has built a Spirit Visage to make those enhanced Mantra W's heal for so much, and it's going to make it really hard for Heimel to do anything.
And look at these 2 Baron empowered cannon minions just hammer away at that bottom tower. There's the Glacial Prison onto Kalista, but Mehuli can't stay in the fight. Oh, his 2 alarm is in the front line. The Petrifying Gaze comes out, stuns all 3 of them. And will it be enough? Jobera is trying his hardest to win this fight. A teleport coming in. Segundo is here. They get the Fate's Call. They do shut down Jobero. It's a 4-for-0 in favor of Bingo Squad 2.
Flex Ratboy had a really good Zanias in that fight as well, and after popping out of it, is able to use the ultimate and some other abilities to clean up a few kills. Heimel's the only player left standing. They've got Baron, they've got a wave, they've got all 5. It looks like this is going to be the end of the game.
Yeah. That's so unfortunate. Jobero is trying his best, but he's just too far behind to do enough damage to stop anybody. Heimel gonna go down for the ace, and that'll be game number 1 going over to Bingo Squad 2.
All right, so we're gonna throw up the Be Right Back screen. We're gonna get going on this second lobby. we'll see you for the next game.
Yeah, Low Yellow Rats, they need to win the next two if they want to not start out in the losers bracket, whereas Bingo Squad 2 one game away from winning their first series of the Summer Splash. We'll see you in just a little bit. Internet, hello and welcome back to the Get Reg Summer Splash Platinum Capped Week 1 stream. We're actually already in Champion Select for game number 2 between Bingo Squad 2 and the Low Elo Rats. Bingo Squad 2 with a pretty good victory in game number 1. It wasn't like super stompy. It was pretty close for a while there, but they were pretty consistently winning team fights.
Yeah, getting a lot of successful ganks off.
It was just a little bit slow to move to the end of the game.
Yes, it was a little slow. They did have some missteps that especially let Low Elo Rats back into the game at certain parts. But at the end, they did pick up that Baron after a good team fight, and they were able to use that to, run it down bot lane and get all the way to the next.
Okay, so LeBlanc and Sejuani will be banned away from the Low Elo Rats. Respect for Mehuli Sejuani in that game 1. They didn't win, but we're going to ban it anyway. We're also going to ban the Cassiopeia away from Joe Barrow. He looked to potentially be about to pop off, but the team was just too far behind. On the other side, the Low Elo Rats, they'll swap up their bans. They're going to throw the Cho'Gath and the Callista out of here from game number 1, but that means Hecarim gets to be picked up for Worst Luck NA.
Alright, Hecarim got banned last game, available this time. Gonna pick it up first pick. What are the next 2 picks gonna be for Low Elo Rats?
Since they were willing to first pick Thresh on blue side, I would imagine that the Thresh is fairly high priority for them to pick up here in this first rotation. I could be wrong. We might see Morgana actually. So that could be mid, could be support.
Could be either.
In the odd chance that it's top lane, that is a thing that could happen.
Who is it that would do that occasionally? Cavachard all back in the day?
That was a while back, yeah.
It was, but it was a thing if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Let's see. Low Elo Rats, they do still have to pick up one more thing. It will be Nunu? Really? Okay, so
Alright,
Nunu locked in for
Nunu
Mehuli.
and Willem.
I think Nunu is actually pretty good. I don't think people like it as much as I think it should be.
Yeah, you think he's underrated?
Yeah, that's the word.
Undervalued. He's a good
I think
guy.
the champion's underrated. I think the champion's pretty cool. He's got a lot he can do. Rise locked in for the side of Bingo Squad 2. Forget Nunu. And they'll take the Karma for themselves as well. So,
Alright, so picking that up for the second time, we will see where it goes. Hecarim is often a jungler, but can go top.
I mean, it's gonna be Hecarim jungle almost certainly. They're gonna have the Karma. Again, probably top. They might use it as a flex since they can right now.
Yeah.
They haven't locked in a support or a top laner for sure.
Yeah.
They're gonna pick up.
Seguna's probably feeling pretty good about last game, and being that they haven't picked something for the top lane yet, they might even just go, you know what, let's ban Darius. Let's see if we can make things even easier for Karma, considering that they first picked it. Not that was like a hard matchup, of course, but there was some kill threat there
I'm
at times.
surprised to see the Low Elo Rats ban Thresh when they've already locked in Morgana. Morgana's just really denies Thresh anything he wants to do. It might just be something they don't want to deal with. It might be a comfort champion for Let's Have Fun. So they're just gonna make sure
Yeah,
that
they're
he
gonna target 2 bans at Let's Have Fun there, both of the Hook champs.
the Nautilus he played last game and the Thresh from Ivory last game. Let's Have Fun will have neither of those options, so we'll see what he opts for against the Morgana. Again, Lux is still open. I think Lux is the best support on this current meta patch, whatever you want to call it. Low Elo Rats, what will they go for? They have to pick up both of their solo laners here unless that Morgana gets flexed into the mid lane.
I know, I'm just really patiently waiting to see what they're going to be locking in.
A Syndra, okay.
Alright, so we've got Morgana, Caitlyn bot lane most likely, Nunu and Willem in the jungle. Syndra is going to be the mid laner, and it looks like they're saving their counter pick for top, which you don't really have to do considering it's most likely Karma.
Yes!
Sivir, Yuumi getting locked in. Yuumi's a pretty solid support, is my understanding.
I think,
Sivir is the best.
I think that Yuumi, Sivir is the single best AD carry to play with Yuumi. A lot of people say Ezreal, but I think Ezreal's a dumb champ. Sivir is just so safe. aside from the fact that it goes well with Yuumi, Sivir's also just probably one of the best AD carries, if not the best AD carry on this patch. Olaf in the top lane locked in for low elo rats.
Yeah, if you think he's just like, you know what, Darius didn't work out, guess what champion is borderline unkiteable when you use your ult especially, and that's gonna be Olaf.
Yeah. So, Sivir Yuumi, super safe, not quite as unpunishable as Ezreal Yuumi, but Spell Shield does a lot for you. You wave clear insanely fast with Sivir, which is kind of one of the weaknesses of Yuumi, is Yuumi can't help the AD carry push the lane. And then also, when you ult, you can just sort of like position the Yuumi ultimate wherever you want.
Because you're so fast, you have this spell shield to keep you un-CC'd as you run around.
I also think that Yuumi does very well into Morgana. Morgana as a champion in lane that has no inherent CC, you've got a little bit by pressing your abilities on the enemy champions for your passive, but it's not a lot. So Yuumi can really abuse that because Yuumi just has so much on-demand poke. You just weave the Qs through around the minion wave and just hit them. I am interested to see whether Let's Have Fun goes for the Comet or for the Summon Airy keystone on this Yuumi. And he's actually swapped over to Heal Ignite and allowed Kalista to go with the Cleanse. Not sure why he went for the Cleanse, because there's only one ability well, I mean, you can cleanse Nunu and Willem Root, I guess, but there's not a whole lot you need to cleanse on Kalista, so I would have much rather seen him go teleport on Sivir or go heal, or sorry, go barrier and take Yuumi with heal. I don't think the cleanse is gonna have as much utility as they would like it to have in this lane, or in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see it, like, just because Caitlyn Morgana, right? Just like the chain CC.
Yeah, but like she has a spell shield, and she shouldn't
be
be eating like that many abilities, right?
She shouldn't be, but people aren't perfect.
Like, I think if the enemy team were like Lissandra and Sejuani, then cleanse makes a lot of sense. But against this team comp, I think it's a little bit.
Like she's just like afraid, right? You get hit by Morgana Bind and get it changed into Caitlyn, and if you get caught, Yuumi is also caught.
No, well.
So you're taking cleanse for the both of you.
I guess. I do think that being able to take teleport for both of your laners in bottom lane is super powerful.
Huge, yeah.
So I think teleport has a lot of utility here.
They're just gonna play us. They're just gonna switch. Ryze is going bot lane. Karma's going mid. Sivir top? Question mark? No, I'm just.
I'm also a really big. I think that this Yuumi pick is really quite good against what the low elo rats here have. Syndra is a champion that also has no mobility. You just like you hit a Q and then you chase her down with Hecarim and Karma speed and anything else.
Yeah. And how does Ryze work these days? Does he have speed boosts still?
I'm not gonna lie, you got me here. I don't know what Ryze does.
All right. Well, we've got a little bit of time as we're gonna load in. I'm gonna go ahead and actually look at the patch notes for him. Let's see what exactly.
Here's what I know. Here's what I know they did. They removed his ability to EE, and they put all of his mana ratios on his ult passive.
On his ult passive.
Yes.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah. So does his ult still even do the teleport then?
Yeah, it does. It does. He still has Realm Warp.
Yeah, okay. So lowering his mana, base mana, upping the regen. The Q no longer grants a shield. That's interesting. Still gives the movement speed, however. Yeah, the spell flux rank no longer determines the bonus damage from things. It's all on the ultimate rank. Rune Prison is a slow, but the slow is converted to a root with the spell flux bonus.
Yes.
Yes. The E always will bounce off the primary target, but it no longer will bounce to damage enemies or spread on unit kill. So it just always bounces off when you hit the primary target. The ultimate now once again has 3 ranks. The range is always 3,000. The cooldown gets lower as you rank it up. And that has the passive on it. Overload damage bonus against targets with less.
Okay. I was wrong about the mana ratio thing.
So he has
Yeah, no, I
No
thought
mana ratios now.
it has it on his W.
Oh, he does. He does have it on the W. The ratio is 4% bonus mana, but I don't see it anywhere else.
Yeah. So they did remove most of his mana ratios. Anyway, we have a pause immediately.
They just want to hear about what Rise does.
We're just like, all right, let us know so that we can go into the game knowing.
Oh, man.
For all intents and purposes, you know, just know what Rise is capable of doing. You don't need to know how he does it, really, right?
Yeah. So, no longer has a shield. The only thing he gets from that is a speed boost, and aside from that, it looks like he just tries to manage spell flux for CC and for more CC and more damage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just slow and a skill shot that does damage with the spell flux, does a lot more damage, and does a lot more CC. And then as the game progresses, he just does even more damage when he overloads thanks to the ultimate.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I'm glad that the shield speed boost spam is gone. At least it's just the speed boost spam now. The shield spam was a little bit annoying to play against. And
Yeah.
he would build that full mana build too, which would give him things like the giant Seraph shield and like Rod of Ages health, and he would become a very beefy boy.
He's
But
like
now
he's like an AP bruiser that does the damage of a mage.
Yeah, and so that was pretty frustrating to deal with if they really knew what they were doing and knew how to infinitely get the speed shield off. There, the pause is going to end. We're going into Game 2 of Low Elo Rats versus Bingo Squad 2.
Yeah.
Low Elo Rats lost the first game while on the blue side. They had side selection. Now Bingo Squad has side selection in Game 2. They're opting for blue side, and they use their first pick for Hecarim.
Yeah, I mean, it was banned away from them in
Got an
game 1.
invade happening, and they might run into...
Kurtista needs to be careful. Undertow landing means a lot. Okay, there's the flash away from the Dark Binding.
All right, so they are able to burn a flash on their invade, which is, successful. Way to go. You got something. And they
Yeah.
didn't burn anything in return. Which Nunu skin is that? That looks very different.
It's not a new one, but it's like the one where they're wearing the metal armor and they're like just like, yeah.
It's very descriptive. Metal armor, yeah.
That's what it is. I don't know what it's called. I know which one it is, but
cool. Segundo goes and throws down a ward deep in the topside jungle. After seeing the invade, takes the opportunity to at least get something in return for that flash being burned, and is going to go get a little bit of vision safely.
yeah, so Kurtista with no flash.
Alright, looks like they're going to be starting blue buff over here, and
You know, I
like-
think he might have wanted to eat the binding and then cleanse it. Maybe that would have been...
no, I actually know that when you say it, I think you're right. Cleanse has a much
Well, okay,
shorter
actually, he
cooldown, right?
also got hit by the Undertow, so maybe...
Well, cleanse would have cleansed that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It would have. So
so-
maybe it would have been better to just eat the Dark Binding and then cleanse.
Yeah, like just keep running. As soon as it hits you, boop, Summoner Spell Cleanse. There you go. And it has a much shorter cooldown. Much shorter cooldown than
And you
Flash.
still have flash.
Yes, and you keep your flash.
Ooh, Dark Binding gonna connect. And Kurtista gonna take a little bit of punishment from Ivory for it, but let's have fun walking forward, just continuing to auto onto OSU alarm. And, oh, you gotta walk forward when your Yumi's trying to Q the enemy champions.
Yeah, it's hard to dodge it considering you can move it around like a little homing missile, but you do need to have the range. You do not have minions in the way. So there goes again, but they're gonna get it
there
that
you go.
time.
Yeah, I find especially when you're in comms, you
Wow,
need to
lot of
like
poke.
communicate to your AD that you're throwing out your Q so we can, try and walk forward, but stay conscious of the enemy skill shots. See, like right there, he throws out his Q as Karista's walking directly backwards. Now,
comes
Warlock and A
Warlock
coming in
and
for a gank onto Jobero. He's gonna flash over the wall, make sure that he's safe there. All right, Heimel is gonna land an Undertow onto Segundo. That's gonna be the perma slow coming out, but Mehuli's not able to get the root off. So Segundo will be able to walk out of there without burning any summoner spells. Even get some Klepto procs onto Mehuli.
Money. So the damage still bounces when you Q the flux targets for the overload. Bouncing to people that are fluxed and dealing bonus damage.
And that's also what you want to do. You also, when you land the Q slow from Yumi, you throw out your Q as Sivir, and guaranteed gets hit both procs of him. Segundo gonna look for the root onto I'm Heimel, gonna throw out some more Klepto autos and the Mantra Q for some extra damage onto him.
Yeah, it puts down quite a bit of damage onto I'm Heimel there. I think, yeah, Olaf kind of needs to just try to farm.
Ooh, there's a good stun from Scatter the Weak on Jobero. Ratboy is gonna get taken down for first blood. Mehuli with the help for Jobero, getting first blood for the low elo rats in the mid lane.
Yeah, solid gank, burns the flash, and they still pick up the kill. Yeah, I'm Heimel needs to just try to go toe-to-toe here and keep up in CS until he has a good opportunity to get back. Hit 6, buy a couple items, maybe like a Phage for the speed boost, and then you just all in Segundo at the first moment that he overextends.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, kind of what Olaf does in most matchups.
Yeah.
But in this one especially.
It'll be even really hard though without Ragnarok. If you can continuously throw out those undertow slows, good hit. Then you could potentially catch up to him. But it's hard, if you get rooted. And here we go, level
They do
the
spot him.
gank coming in from Mehuli, but they're just gonna hop out, give him some autos on his way out. Black Shield was used from Ivory. I'm not entirely sure if that was necessary.
Heimel might die
Heimel gonna get
here.
rooted. He's gonna flash away to avoid getting rooted in place there.
He
But
needs to leave. I think he doesn't know this, but Warstock and A is about to dive him.
yeah, he might just die here. As here he comes, the undertow gonna be thrown down. Segundo throws out the Mantra Q. He's gonna be able to shield himself away from that tower aggro. OSU Alarm gonna take some harass in the bottom lane, but it will be a kill in the top lane for Bingo Squad 2.
When you get low like that, you got to consider not just what the enemy laner might be able to do to kill you, but is the jungler here. Karasuda there.
Early spell shield.
Yeah, pops the spell shield for an auto attack, it looked like. Like, thought it was going to be the binding.
Yeah, the mind games from Ivory there. All right, here we go.
And
Now he's looking for the Dark Binding. He's not going to find it on the Kalista. Let's Have Fun is going to pop out, look for the auto attack.
Ooh.
Takes a trap. Will yet headshot it down. Oh,
He's
Mehuli!
going to die! Gets executed!
Ooh, that's not what you want.
Trying to get some counter jungling in, but actually doesn't have the HP or I guess maybe even cooldowns to do so.
Yeah. That's like a weird thing to see a Nunu get executed of all champions. All right, Let's Have Fun. Looking to just try and walk up and get that instant auto off. When you have the Yuumi passive active, your auto attack becomes like a Vel'Koz auto attack where it's like instant. Scout of the Week not gonna find a stun under Flex Rat Boy. It also gives you a shield and some mana refund, but here comes Warstock NA. There's Jobero. He's got no flash still, and he is gonna go down.
All right, he had the ultimate. He was trying to play aggressively onto Rat Boy, but he's going to pay the price for it. Overextends, and Warstock and A comes around the corner. Heimel just now hitting 6. Did die, but is still... He's currently ahead in CS, but that's about to be made up from the fact Segundo's with the wave. But not like at a huge deficit or anything at the moment, despite being taken out there. And still has the teleport available. Ragnarok means that there is some kill potential here if he can chain the undertows together successfully.
Just keep him perma-slowed.
Yeah, and if Segundo overextends.
Yeah, what you want to do, I think, is you want to get him to W you, and then walk backwards, and then like he's gonna walk forward to try and keep the root on you, and you Ragnarok right at him.
I think that's the move. That's like the moment that he's like, oh, I gotta stay close to him. And he'll be walking towards you to keep the root, like you were saying, and that's when you just press R for the speed boost, and immediately, as soon as you do that, just run straight at the Karma. The root won't land, of course. Start chaining those undertows.
All right, but as it is right now, Segundo's just sort of keeping the wave where he wants it. I'm Heimel's kind of getting zoned away by him on his lonesome. Ivory and OSU Alarm gonna shove in on this bottom side. I'm gonna get a couple tower plates, just one.
Getting some progress towards the second.
Oh, here we go. There's the Onslaught of Shadows. The barrier is gonna be popped, but it's not gonna be enough for Jobero to survive.
Really smooth ultimate there. Oh,
Segundo now, Heimel looking for it. There's the Ragnarok. He's gonna try and get the second undertow. He's got another one as he's picked up the hammer. He's gonna lay the hurt onto Segundo with that reckless swing, and he does get the solo kill on the top lane.
Looks like he heard us as soon as Karma went for the trade, the Klepto autos, started chaining that W, starts running, pops R just in time to not get rooted, and then starts chaining the undertows. Well done, I'm Heimel, doing what you got to do to win that lane.
Yeah.
So gets the solo kill, gets ahead in CS,
unfortunately,
and he's gonna back.
Unfortunately, Worst Luck NA has had an impact on both of these lanes. He's 3-0 right now, which is really not the type of Hecarim you want to deal with. You're
Hecarim
cool
is-
with dealing with an 0-3 Hecarim. The 3-0 Hecarim might be a little bit of a problem.
When Hecarim's so good in mid game, and if he's the first one to get late game, he's a scary guy to deal with. So much healing and so much damage and so much mobility. It just becomes quite the challenge. Luckily, they do have like a Morgana and a Caitlyn, and the kind of the stun knockback from Syndra. Maybe they can fight
But
back against
look
it.
at what they're up against. It's Sivir Karma with the Hecarim.
Yep, it's gonna be some speedy boys.
Oh my
some
God.
fast boys.
Oh, Mehuli looking for a gank on the top lane. Segundo gonna get slowed by the Undertow. He's gonna get rooted by Mehuli as well. And Segundo's gonna go down for the second time. Mehuli picks it up
by
with the Aftershock.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's the ultimate coming out from the Yuumi. He's gonna get a root onto OSU Alarm, but the Black Shield for Ivory as well as his Flash will get him out safely.
All right, so heal and flash go down on two of the bot laners of low elo rats. So
Go
good
looking for a
on them.
gank on the Flex Rat Boy. The Snowball gonna connect, but Mehuli cannot go that deep under tower. He's actually taking a lot of damage. It's the Onslaught of Shadows, or not the Onslaught of Shadows, the Unleashed Power coming out from Joe Barrow, but Worst Luck NA barrels through, takes out Mehuli.
It doesn't end up being quite enough damage to pick up the kill onto Rat Boy there. Still playing pretty aggressively in the bot lane, but they're starting to get low on mana. A little bit of poke onto OSU Alarm there.
Ooh, Scatter the Weak connects, but there's no Unleashed Power for Joe Barrow, so Rat Boy is fairly safe for now.
Yeah, Syndra's strong, but at the early stages of the game, pretty much all your kill potential is wrapped up into that ultimate. Later in the game, your Qs start dealing like a lot of damage. So
Ivory
you have
just
something
took
to
a big chunk of damage.
Yeah, let's have fun. We're kind of looking for the kill still. Throwing a blind Q, trying to maybe land it on a backing Ivory there.
Yeah, and he doesn't have Comet, but if you have Comet and you have Scorch, it does a lot of damage. It still does a lot of damage. It's just not as much when you have Summon Aerie.
Yeah.
I personally, so when I play Yuumi, which is all the time, I go Comet into non-sustain lanes and Summon Aerie. Never mind, hold on a second. Heimel gonna get barreled into. He pops the Ragnarok and will run for his life. Okay. Comet into non-sustain lanes, Aerie into sustain lanes.
So we've got about 1.5k gold lead-ish for
Heimel gets an Undertow off, but he's already burned the Ragnarok, so not gonna all in just now.
Yeah, so solid gold lead at the moment for Bingo Squad 2. I am assuming a huge chunk of that lead is on this Hecarim, who has 4 kills and is 20 CS up on his jungle opponent.
Yeah. Low elo rats are picking up a decent number of plates in this bottom lane, but in spite of Heimel being able to, kill Segundo, he hasn't been able to keep the wave away. Oh, Realm Warp coming in. They've got 2 members. Worst Luck NA and Ivory is going to be the target. Rat Boy is going to get caught by the Soul Shackles. Alarm flashes, but he gets caught by the stun at the very last second. Oh, Son of Shadows gets the unstoppable kill for Worst Luck NA. Now he's going to try and chase down the Morgana. The Dark Binding will keep him in place. They're going to keep the chase up because they do have that Prowling projectile, but a little bit of miscommunication there. I think they could have kept going for that.
There's Yuumi starting to heal up a few of the allies, clearing out some vision.
Hold on a second. There we go. They're going to pop the Sivir ultimate. There's the ultimate coming out of the Yuumi. The root comes through, and that's going to be a lot of damage. But Joe Barrow has the barrier. Unleashed Power thrown down into Worst Luck NA, but it's not close to
A little
killing
bit of a
him.
misplay on Worst Luck NA's part. He he E'd Joe Barrow a pretty substantial distance back under the tower there. You at least should do it like sideways or get a little bit of an angle on it. Oh, gets rooted as he tries to dash.
That was the nerf that happened this patch. If you get hit by the Dark Binding while you're in flight, you will now stop, as opposed to traveling all the way to your target.
So displacement will interrupt.
Well, displacement always interrupted it, but a root will now interrupt it.
Then not before. Okay.
Yes.
Understood.
Which is why Yuumi used to be so much fun to play against Caitlyn, because you just have your AD carry stand on one side and you just W2 her through the trap and eat it, and there's nothing that she can do to punish you for it.
Yeah, because the punishment for that specifically isn't even that the trap deals damage.
Yeah, the headshot.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the biggest snowball ever. Karista is going to jump away from it. There's the absolute zero. A lot of damage coming down, but Worst Luck NA goes dominating as Mehuli just doesn't have the tankiness to survive.
Alright, the gold lead is starting to grow a little bit larger for Bingo Squad 2, starting to get more dubs across the map.
Heimel, every time he lands one of those undertows, he's just thinking, is this the time to all in? I just landed my slow. I could run at him real fast. But at the end of the day, it's going to be an Ocean Drake over to the side of Bingo Squad 2. Heimel is looking for those undertows. He did just land one, but the Iceborne Gauntlet slow is really dissuading him. All right, there's one undertow. Heimel gonna pick up the second hammer. He's gonna look for it here. Is he gonna pop the Ragnarok? No, he's not. He's just gonna take a Mantra Q to the face as well as the Iceborne proc, and now he thinks he's too low to go for the all-in, and now he thinks he has to run. He's gonna pop the Ragnarok defensively and run for his life.
Just having a hard time making decisions on when.
Yeah, you gotta be
win.
decisive. If you just
Exactly.
go all in there, I think you actually win, but he got poked down too many
that fight,
times.
like a lot closer to the.
So here comes the snowball. Segundo is now in trouble. He's gonna get knocked up. Heimel doesn't have Ragnarok, however, so he can't really assist on this one. There's the root. He's gonna throw it on slow. Segundo flashes over the wall. Mehuli doesn't have the damage to kill Segundo by himself. There's the Onslaught of Shadows and the final chapter coming out. Worth Luck will finally get shut down by the tower. Let's have fun now. Needs to get back towards Karista. He's waiting for that W cooldown to get to safety, and there he will pop back out.
What is the W cooldown?
It is. Hold on a second.
Rat Boy.
Yeah, there's a good snowball. The Unleashed Power gonna be thrown out. Jobero doesn't have the stun. Rat Boy gonna get rooted up, and Jobero will pick up the kill with the Dark Spear. Mehuli survives. It is 10 seconds from when you first attach to somebody. And then at level 6, it becomes 5 seconds, and at level 11, there is no cooldown.
Okay.
But the cooldown starts as soon as you attach to somebody. So if you attach to somebody, wait for 10 seconds, and you detach, you can instantly reattach to someone. And there's no cooldown if you're attached to someone and you change your attached target.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool. All right. We see the gold lead has dropped drastically after a series of unfortunate events across the map. Only like a
600.
half, yeah, like I was gonna say, like only like half-ish K for Bingo Squad 2 right now. Oh, that pink ward's gonna get replaced somewhere else, and he's not gonna get the gold or XP from it.
No control ward. The Prowling Projectile gonna come out. Ivor gonna throw out a Dark Binding, eaten by the Spell Shield. Let's have fun. Takes a headshot to the face for that one.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage.
All right, Heimel looking to potentially all in. He's level 11, but he has no mana, so he can't really commit to the all in here.
Yeah. You need mana to be able to chain those undertows together. The rest of his kit really hardly doesn't take any mana. His E doesn't even cost any mana, neither does his ultimate. But the Q takes a lot. Eating the traps while there's an opportunity to do so.
Yeah. All right, the Rift Herald does go down to Worst Luck and A, soloing that one out. And here comes a snowball. Mehuli, there's the undertow slow onto Segundo. They're going to try and chain it into him. Are they going to get the knockup? Segundo trying to juke around. He does successfully avoid the knockup, but are they going to be able to get the root? No, they're just going to back away as the Onslaught of Shadows comes in from Worst Luck and A. He's rooted in place as the Ragnarok comes through from Heimel to run out to safety, avoiding the fear. Here we go, the final chapter is going to be thrown down. The Black Shield is used on the OSU Alarm, but Karista's taking too much damage! There's a headshot! The Spell Shield has been eaten already! Ace in the hole is coming out! Gonna be blocked, but the Dark Binding is eaten! Ivory throws down the Soul Shackles, the Summoner heal! Keeps him alive! Karista uses the Cleanse to break away with the Soul Shackle stun, builds over Peacemaker, finishes him off! A double kill goes over as Rat Boy Realm Warps into the fray. He's gonna get onto OSU Alarm. He's gonna flash over the wall to follow his 90 caliber net. OSU Alarm will fall. Jobero now is gonna find him. Unleash Power is available. Is he gonna be able to do it? The Scatter the Root doesn't get the stun! Rat Boy throws up a shield, gets the double kill with the outplay onto Jobero.
Whew. And what a fight there in the bot lane. At the end of it, going in favor of Bingo Squad 2. Oh, here comes Heimel with full HP.
Yeah, but Worst Luck and A is gonna pick up Tower First Blood with the help of the Rift Herald.
Whew. It's a crazy fight bot lane.
And Flex Rat Boy showing up at the right time, takes down OSU Alarm. And Jobero just really misplayed in that fight. He definitely should have been able to kill Flex Rat Boy, but he didn't get the stun off a Scout of the Week. His Unleashed Power was at not all that much power, because he didn't have any Dark Spears on the ground.
Oh, into the wall there. Oops.
Oops.
All right, well, Tower First Blood goes over there. The gold lead has jumped to 2K in favor of Bingo Squad 2.
I think the bot lane skirmish was actually really quite. Oh, hold on a second. Here's Ivory. He throws in the black shield, but here's the snowball. Mehuli gonna go in now, but he's not all that tanky just yet. Karista gonna get rooted in place. There's the Piltover Peacemaker. OSU alarm does so much damage over the wall. Ivory is the one who picks up the kill with the Tormented Soil.
Whew, and they're just outnumbered there. The fight looks like it could go either way, and then everyone else shows up.
And honestly, Karista and Let's Have Fun really messed up in that bot lane 2v2. Should have been a win for,
They gonna go?
hold on a second, there we go. There's the Onslaught of Shadows, or not the Onslaught of Shadows, but there's the final chapter. There's the Onslaught of Shadows now being used as OSU Alarm is gonna get focused on Absolute Zero coming in. Ratboy is gonna go very low. He's not able to be saved by Let's Have Fun. He didn't get the passive shield off before he attached. Now Mehuli gonna try and chase him down with the help of Heimel, but the teleport means that they will back away.
And Segundo not close enough to be able to channel the W to interrupt that teleport onto Heimel, and that's going to force them to back off. They probably could have chased down and killed Mehuli, but the teleport's going to dissuade them from doing that.
All right, now they're on their way up to that top lane. Segundo is just about done taking out this tower with the Iceborne Gauntlet. We'll finish it off. There's the Undertow. It is going to land, so Segundo is now slowed. He's going to try and run away. Heimel going to try and chase onto him. He's got the Ragnarok to avoid the stun, and now Ivory is here. Black Shield onto himself. He's going to get another slow with the Undertow, looking for the Dark Binding. He's going to connect, but here's Warlock and A. They're just going to make sure that they can't get onto him. No, he's just going to one-shot down Ivory from 40% health.
Wow, doesn't even have the Triforce yet. That's just Sheen. So much damage from the Sheen, the E, and the, the natural auto damage.
Yeah.
10, 1, and 0. How has he backed? Like, he's sitting on 3,000 something gold. Like, why is he not backed? That's like a whole Trinity Force in there. Whew. He needs to go spend some of that money. Looks like Hecarim just back. There it is. There's
Trinity
Triforce
Force,
and what
probably
else?
a Jarum's Fist, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, probably.
Oh no, a BF Sword. He's going Guardian Angel.
Guardian Angel gets the BF sword and the
stopwatch.
stopwatch. That makes sense. Well, I mean, for what he's building, that makes sense to get that over the armor. Pretty useful. Stopwatch is pretty good. 600 gold for that stasis is oftentimes worth, especially considering that it'll build into an item for you later.
Yeah. Okay, so where are we right now?
Let's see. We're at
2,500 gold in favor of Bingo Squad 2.
Bingo Squad 2, and so much of that gold lead is on this Hecarim, who we saw in that fight that was basically like a 2v4, maybe a 3v4. Just murdering everybody. Took a teleport to keep him from chasing.
Oh, here we go. The snowball coming out. There's the final chapter. Is going to root 2 in place. The Black Shield came too late. Ivory is going to pop the stopwatch after the Soul Shackles, but it's not going to be enough to save OSU Alarm. A double kill goes over to the Hecarim as now they're trying to chase down Mehuli, but they're going to settle for the tower. The Realm Orb is going to be used behind them. And they're going to get him. The snowball comes out. Unleashed power does no damage whatsoever. Mehuli is going to be the focus, but they can't finish him up. He's alive. They're gonna get the tower. The Realm Warp forces the flash out of Jobero and Mehuli and the barrier. And now they've still got minions. They've still got 4 members down here. They're gonna continue pushing in this bottom lane. Heimel got a tower in the top lane for the side of low elo rats, but it's not gonna be a whole lot compared to 2 towers bot. Snowball coming in. Mehuli's not gonna go in 1v4.
This Hecarim is so fed, and being able to be this fed with the additional help of mobility from Yuumi, Sivir, and to an extent Ryze with the ultimate.
Karma.
And yes, well, Karma wasn't there for that one,
right.
but like all of that was just so helpful, and getting Hecarim on top of everybody he wants to get on top of and dealing insane damage, and being this ahead, being able to throw down the I actually don't know what it's called, the healing circle damage thingy.
Oh, hold on a second. Here we go. Worst luck in A. He's gonna smite away that crab. Heimel's gonna get rooted in place. Here comes a snowball. Segundo is gonna run for his life. He's got a lot of movement speed with the help of that little scuttle crab area. Spirit of Dread is the W.
Spirit of Dread, nice. They don't want to go for that fight. He's very fed, but they still do want to wait for the Sivir. 1, 2, and 4, but has a lot of CS.
Wow, Segundo booked it out of there.
Yeah. Speed boost from the shield, Scuttle Crab. Just, it's kind of funny to watch Karma run that fast, honestly, sometimes. She looks like such like a What's she just looks?
Serene.
Yes, thank you. She just looks so serene, and then all of a sudden like speed boost Scuttle Crab, and she's just like.
Temple monk to Olympic sprinter.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just looks so like just kind of like simple, serene, kind of meditative, atmosphere to her, and then just boom.
Oh, Loey the Rats might be looking for a catch here. Oh, they popped the On the Hunt from Karista. They're gonna try and chase down OSU Alarm! Oh, Alarm is so dead! He's got all Son of Shadows into the back line. There's the final chapter. Ivory throws down his stopwatch just to survive. It's a little bit longer, but it's a double kill for the Hecarim. Worst luck in A, chasing him down. They will get one for Rat Boy on the side. Mehuli gives up his life.
All right, well, they get 3 kills for nothing in what was essentially a 5v4. They're going to pick up the dragon immediately after picking up the kills. Segundo, not even in this fight, sitting top. He only has armor.
No, he does have a Spectre's Cowl, so he's not taking a whole lot of damage there. Heimel going to try and chase him down. The undertow slows will be enough to continue the chase. There's Segundo going down to the Reckless Swing.
I just said, like, he doesn't have it for the most part. Like, it just kind of has the Spectre's Cowl, but I think the lack of damage there is more on Jabero being this behind with Merc Treads and 1.5 items. Not a ton of damage at the moment. Segundo gonna go down there, gonna finish off the Spirit Visage though, and probably just gonna continue to just split push.
Yeah,
Not
I mean, that's
really
been his
needed.
modus operandi for this entire series.
Yeah, and honestly, do you really need to be anywhere else? Like at this point, it looks like they are. The other members of Bingo Squad 2 are plenty support for this Hecarim at the moment, and they took 3 kills in a 4v5.
Yeah, this is the worst luck in A show. Segundo on the side. Here we go. Rat Boy's gonna get thrown a snowball. Not gonna catch him.
All right, look, they are starting to look for Baron. Gonna try to pick up the Scuttle Crab. Mehuli comes around.
He smites it away to make sure that Mehuli can't steal it.
All right, looks like since they are topside, Segundo's like, oh hey, you're coming to my side of the map. Might just be here for this next fight. Ivory positioning a little aggressively, trying to look for maybe a cheeky binding.
So I think that Riot is like subconsciously telling junglers they don't need to gank bot. Because right? When you queue up in order, or not queue up, but like when you line up in quote unquote order, it's top, jungle, mid, AD support. That means like from the top of the map to the bottom, it's top, jungle, mid. Hold on a second, On the Hunt is going to be throwing down the final chapter. It's going to root them all in place. That's so much damage. Worst luck, he goes legendary. A double kill goes over to the Hecarim. Now they're going to turn around, try and focus down Mehuli. Rat Boy takes that OSU Alarm in the back line. Mehuli is going to be followed. It's going to be a triple kill for the horse as Heimel's the one running out of there.
Lord Hecarim gets so fast and gets to jump in there with his ultimate, and on top of all of that, starts to put down a little bit of damage and some AoE roots from that final chapter. Ridiculous.
A lot of power in this combination. Now Heimel's gonna poke his head out, throws out an undertow, rooted in place. That's a lot of damage going up over the side. Monster Q gonna come out just to make sure that you stay away from this pit.
They throw down a couple wards on the other side of the wall, just keeping an eye on him. They lose nobody, pick up another 3 kills, and they're going to pick up Baron. Oh, they got Ivory there too?
Yeah, they got everybody except Heimel.
So they pick up 4 kills, they pick up Baron. This gold lead is now 10k. They have a fresh Baron buff, a fresh back. I don't know what Loey the Rats could probably do at this moment.
Yeah, it's near a 10,000 gold lead right now.
Near a 10,000 gold lead, and they got a fresh back and buy with a fresh Baron. Like they killed it. They killed the enemy team. They all just immediately back, and they're just gonna run it down probably with this Baron and this gold lead. And I don't know exactly what can be done about it at this point. Like maybe if they just like absolutely perfectly play a team fight and Bingo Squad F's up under a tower, then like maybe, but like I don't like the sheer power behind this just Hecarim Yuumi at the moment seems almost
It's just like, all right, everybody just put all your move speed buffs on the Hecarim. Yuumi, you can go along for the ride, and we're just gonna kill them all. Oh, Scat of the Week, not gonna find. It actually did stun up Worst Luck in A, but it's not gonna matter all that much.
He has also finished the GA, even scarier, as well as
You gotta kill him twice.
Sterix
Cage.
You have to, and in his W basically restores his health bar.
All right, here we go. On the Hunt is gonna be thrown down. There's the final chapter. Worst Luck. He just barrels into Ivory and kills him immediately.
He gets knocked back, but the E still detonates.
Yeah, because it's an auto attack.
Yeah,
You can't.
it's an auto
It
attack.
doesn't get canceled. So.
Segundo, we saw this happen last game. Segundo just sat.
Oh, a lot of shadows has been used there. The redemption coming down. Rat Boy is going to be doing what damage he can over the side of the wall. Tower has gone down. Warstakane goes legendary. Takes out 2 members of the Lil Lorette. Chasing in. That's a triple kill going over to him. Heimo gonna try and all in onto Segundo because he knows that this is all he can do. He throws in the Ragnarok, but Segundo has stopped caring about his damage or so much, and the Ragnarok is gonna expire here fairly soon. Now he has to run out the other side because here comes the root. Segundo, he's gonna just zone him away from his own base.
Pretty much the rest of his team is dead. He's gonna try teleporting
Yeah,
back.
he teleports onto the tower that's not being besought by the members of
Really
Bingo
big
Squad
death
2, but it's
farmers on all
already
3
gone.
members. I think this is gonna be the game for.
Oh, look at that damage from the Rise and the Yuumi. They just melt through Ivory. They kill off Heimel, and that is the ace and the game going over to Bingo Squad 2.
Man, they really just built up such an insurmountable lead, and I don't know what they could have done. Hecarim had so much tank, so much damage. The Yuumi, the Karma, the Rise ult, the speed boosts from Sivir as well. Whew. Really nasty team comp, and once they got that lead, I don't... Honestly, you know, sometimes we see people get these leads, they're like, oh, they can turtle, but I was watching this, it's like, I don't know what you can do about this. Lord.
Yeah, I mean...
It was a huge lead.
They
and a hard
banned
comp to
they
defend
banned
against.
Hecarim in game 1, and then they lost to the Cho'Gath, they lost to the Callista, and I think they might have like overcorrected because they didn't ban the Hecarim.
They didn't ban the Hecarim. Also, Rise was doing decently well, especially towards the end of the game.
Yeah, they also
Wait.
banned Rise in game 1. You're right.
Yeah, they banned it as well.
But this Hecarim, 21-1-3, just really took over.
Yeah,
So
for
that
sure.
that is Bingo Squad 2 taking the series 2-0 over the low elo rats. We'll see the low elo rats in the losers bracket.
On week 3.
Is it week 3?
I believe both loser bracket matches for both divisions are week 3.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure week 3 is entirely
losers bracket stuff.
like an elimination week.
Oh, okay.
It's
So,
like people are getting eliminated and loser bracket
Are
moves
we
on.
getting the Sensei Squad special characters game today?
Yes,
We are?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
That is
so
happening
that'll
next.
be coming
Yeah, the
at
casters
you
will be A2 and Noah Siren.
Hasun.
Hasun. Sorry, I said Noah Siren and I went, wait a minute, I'm blanking on his name.
What's his last name?
No, it's Hassoun. I remember it. I just I just had a brain fart.
So that'll be coming at you
About 5, I believe.
5 or 6, somewhere around that time.
Yes.
You'll see us go live, and we hope to see you for that
Ping
one.
everybody.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in a little bit.